Hey everyone, this is your girl Sharifa, aka Shree, and welcome to the I'm Good podcast, or in better words, the I Feel Good podcast. If you are new here, welcome to the family. This is a podcast where I explore topics on mental health, physical health, nutrition, and everything in between. So if you're trying to get right and stay right mentally, this is definitely the place you want to be. And wait, before I begin, here's some quick info. Why did I name this podcast I'm Good? Simple. Because as people, from a cultural standpoint, whether we are down or happy, our favorite response to friends, families, or strangers is I'm good, even if we're not. It's completely normal not to feel happy all the time, but in the midst of whatever you go through, the saying I'm good can elaborate to so many different meanings. So yes, this is the place to be, whether you are down, happy, excited, and everything in between. I'm here to dish out knowledge, talk about current topics, and of course, lift you up. So feel free to go ahead and subscribe, share this podcast, leave a review, and tell a friend. Now let's go ahead and get started on today's show. Hey guys, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. And let me explain to you really quick. First of all, for starters, it's free. Yes, I said it's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And I know most of you guys have a phone or computer, so it's so easy. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So make sure you download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Hey everyone, welcome back to the I'm Good podcast. If you are new here, what's good, what's poppin'? Thank you so much for joining me on this podcast episode. If you are a returning listener, what's good, what's poppin'? Thank you so much for joining me again. You know I love my I'm Good fam. And then if you are new here, you can be part of the I'm Good fam too. Like, what are you waiting for? If you're able to subscribe to the podcast, whatever platform you're using, go ahead and subscribe. If you're able to rate and review, do that too. So thank you guys so much for joining me. And I also want to mention to you guys, like we're growing. Like we are growing over here. Like we are growing as a family. Like we are growing. Y'all popping. My listeners are popping. You listen to this, you're popping. That's on period. So yes, guys, we are definitely growing. If you want to as well, if you have IG or if you don't have an IG, or maybe you just want to make an IG to follow the Instagram page, the official Instagram page of the I'm Good podcast, go ahead and do that. And that will be in the show notes. So it is the I'm Good podcast. So go follow that page on Instagram. You'll get to see pictures of me, and then also just everything. We'll be able to obviously not just pictures of me, but that's a place where there's like a no judgment zone. Is a zone for you to be free, be yourself, and who cares about what other people think? I think so many times we get so wrapped up on making sure that we look perfect or making sure that we look like this. Because I'm going to be honest, there's been times where I feel like I have to look a certain way. And I mean, depending on what it is or what you're doing, you probably do have to look a certain way. But I have really been like learning for myself, is that honestly, perfectionism is out the window. You will never be perfect. So I think one of the biggest things that I did learn this week, I forgot where I listened to it. Maybe it was the Secret to Success podcast with Eric Thomas. I think basically he said that, you have to remember that it's progress over perfection. Like you will never be perfect, but you can always make progress. So that's something I actually just told my friend today. Like I told her, I'm like, we have to kind of let go of the whole perfectionism thing and just look at it as progress. Because with me, and I kind of still do this to this day, I'm like, no, if it ain't perfect, I don't want it. If it ain't perfect, I don't want to do it. But, I just want to reassure anybody or who wants to start a business or just do anything is that, just start kind of where you are. Like with me in this podcast, I started where I was at. The quality sounds probably a little different from when I first started. I had to kind of, learn. And as I continue to learn and progress with this podcast, I will continue to learn and grow. And the podcast will evolve even much further there where I'm at today and where I'm started. Because if my true I'm Good fam, I've definitely grown from where we started. So yes, y'all. So that's just something that just came to me. It's perfectionism over progress. Because like I said, that's something I'm always like, oh my gosh, if it's not perfect, everything has to look perfect. But at this point now, I'm like, as long as I'm making progress, that's what we're going to do. So if you guys are listening to this on Apple Podcasts, or if the podcast platform that you're listening to, if there is a way to like rate and review that, go ahead and do that. I know on Apple Podcasts, you can do that. So go ahead and make sure you leave a rating. It's just a couple stars. Just all you got to do is tap the stars, and then that leaves a rating, and then also leave a review. And also to Ashri, listen, my Instagram page is up and popping. So go ahead and send me a question you would like for me to answer on the show, or maybe you want me to answer it privately, whatever. But for all my new listeners, I talk about everything from mental health, wellness, that could be nutrition, physical health. I do self-care, I do personal development. I cater to it all. So if you have a question about any of that stuff, or if you have a question for me, I'm here to answer it. I am a person where, I've been through a lot in my life. That's why I am able to make this podcast, because this information helps me as well. So, if there's a question that you may have, like how did you deal with stress, or how do you do this and that, shoot, just send me the question. If you ask me how is it living with diabetes or blah, 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 send me the question. Like, listen, y'all, I'm here to help people. That's my purpose. I want to help people. I'm just keep saying that. I just want to help people. That's what my purpose is. And I know that's what my purpose is, because I find great joy in helping people. I am a very fulfilled person when I can help people. So yes. So send me y'all questions. And then also too, if you haven't done so, make sure you guys go ahead and fill out the survey. The survey is for you guys. It is in the office notes. It is in the show notes. So make sure you guys go ahead and fill out that really quick survey. That helps, me a little bit to understand exactly where I should go further with this podcast, or maybe there's like some topics you guys really, really love. I've been getting a lot of good feedback from people. So I just want to continue to make sure that I continue to cater to my listeners and to my fans and bring you guys what you want to hear. Like I said, for my new listeners, like I said, I do mental health, wellness. I do a whole plethora of just positivity and just all things personal development. So that's okay. So guys, so how I just talked about, sorry if this sounds like a new segment. I do apologize. So remember, I was just telling you guys about perfectionism and progression. Well, basically, I was in the midst of recording this wonderful podcast to you guys, and it was interrupted and it got cut off. So my apologies. I'm not going to start over that little 5-minute segment where I talked about the beginning of the podcast and, the thank yous and everything right there. I'm keeping that. I'm not starting over. We're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it pushing, because ain't nothing going to stop over here. You know what? Life happens, and we're going to keep pushing. So sorry to you guys, especially my new listeners, if you hear that one segment and then it doesn't flow to this segment right now. My apologies, but listen, we gonna get this done. That's on period. This is just the real life of trying to record a podcast, and just so many things happen. It literally cut out of nowhere. So we gonna keep it pushing. So this week, I want to go back into nutrition. For you guys that don't know, For you guys that don't know, I graduated and got my master's in applied nutrition this past May. Cue the celebration music. Yay! Yahoo! I feel like I could probably put that into this podcast, but I don't really know how to do that. But yes, so I did graduate this past May, and I got my master's in applied nutrition. And then my focus for my master's project, or you want to call it like thesis or essay, my focus was on the correlation between mental health and anxiety and depression. So for me, that's a topic that I am very interested in, along with, eating the right foods for people with diabetes or anything like that. But I've lately been really interested in the topic of, ways to manage stress, ways to decrease anxiety and depression through food, because I have found myself, when I eat better, I feel better. When I work out, I feel better about myself. And then I feel like when I don't do those things, I kind of go downhill. So in today's episode, I want to talk about 10 foods that will help relieve stress for you. And I think this is the perfect time to do this, to publish this podcast, especially too, because we're about to go into fall. Fall is next Tuesday. So we're about to go into a new season. We're about to go into a season of, for those who celebrate the holidays such as Christmas and things like that, Thanksgiving, that could be a stressful time for a lot of people for a number of reasons. That could bring up just a lot of stuff. So it could be very stressful. And I think this is a time of the year where, we just have to not get too stressed. As you also know too, the time gets cut back. So now it's going to get darker now versus how it used to stay light, because of the summertime. So I just wanted to kind of dive into foods that you can eat right now or whenever to relieve stress. And, there is good stress and then there's also bad stress. Now, when I say there's good stress for myself, I still kind of say good stress. I mean, I feel like the word stress is just not good. But, let science tell you and other people tell you there is good stress. And I guess there is good stress. But I'm talking about, just feeling stressed, overwhelmed and things like that. So like I said, there's so much going on. People are in school, work, there's financial stressors, there's people stressing about the vaccine, whether or not they should get the COVID vaccine. There's so many things, as humans and people that we worry about that, it's time for us to take care of ourselves. And like I said, this podcast is also about self-care. It's time to take care of yourself. It's time to take care of your loved ones. It's time to take care of your friends, your family. I'm just trying to take care of the world. That's on period. But yes, so I really, really think, this podcast episode will help anyone who is dealing with stress, who's not even dealing with stress, or who just want to keep this information in their back pocket for when they do feel stressed. So these are foods I'm going to tell you guys. These are foods that you can eat every day. A lot of these foods are foods that you probably should eat in moderation because some of these are high in fat, but it is good fat. So, yes, take out your pen, take out your paper. We about to start class. And like I said, as always, if you are driving, please do not take out a pen and paper. Please don't do that. We don't need that. So the first food that can help reduce stress is chamomile. Now, can I tell y'all guys, I was saying this so wrong. I was saying chamomile. I don't know what I was saying, but the first food is chamomile. I know a lot of people probably heard of chamomile. If you haven't, there's chamomile tea. So this has been shown to be like a digestive relaxant. Now, what's funny to me as I've been doing research and been learning, there is a very high correlation between gut health, so stomach health, digestive health, and then mood regulation. So if you have poor gut health or poor digestive problems, you might tend to have poor mental state. You might feel more stressed. You might have more anxiety. You might feel more depressed. So studies have shown that there is a true correlation between gut health and mood regulation. So for chamomile, it is known to be a digestive relaxant. So what does it do? It relaxes your digestive system. So in return, if it relaxes your digestive system, it will also relax your mind. So if you're feeling stressed, it'll help, relieve that tension or anything that you're feeling. So there's chamomile tea. So you can, if you want to feel good and oozy inside and things like that, get some chamomile tea. I know I see chamomile tea everywhere. It's a very, very popular tea, just like green tea. And now that we're going into fall and things like that in the winter months, it's an even better time now, to drink some tea, especially with the cold weather, get underneath a blanket, do whatever, but drink some tea. You can definitely drink chamomile at night. You can drink it during the day. It doesn't really matter. But if you want to unwind from maybe a long day at work or a long day with your kids or whatever it could be, drink some chamomile tea. That has definitely shown to be a good way to help relieve stress. The second one is yogurt. Now, for me, I used to eat yogurt a lot. I haven't ate it as much because it used to hurt my tummy. I'm sounding like a little kid saying tummy. And it was the dairy in it, and it would really hurt my stomach. And then I later found out that they actually make plant-based yogurt, and I tried it. It's all right. And for those who don't know, it's been almost close to 3.5 years where I've been a pescatarian. So I haven't had meat in over 3 years. So I still eat fish. But I do eventually want to go plant-based. But after long consideration with myself and just thinking a lot, I don't know if I will completely go fully plant-based just yet. Or if I will, I can never say never. But I think what I'm doing right now helps, because I did try to go plant-based, and let's just say, y'all, I was having withdrawal. I was like, this can't be life. I'm not eating anything. And so that's one thing you got to make sure when you do go vegan or pescatarian, you got to make sure you do actually have the right enough nutrients in your body, or it'll be a fail. Yes, you might not be eating meat, but then you're going to lose all the vitamins and have deficiencies, and then you're going to cause another problem. So, but yes, correlation has said to correlation. Yogurt has been shown to have a correlation between gut health and mood. So we do have bacteria in our gut. And with that said, stress can inflame that gut bacteria. So it has been shown that yogurt can help reduce that stress. So if you already like yogurt, listen, you are already on the right path. So consume some more yogurt. Eat it obviously in moderation, just like anything you want to eat in moderation. You don't want to have too much yogurt. For my vegans out there, or people who are just strictly plant-based or who are lactose intolerant, there is dairy-free yogurt, so you can eat that too. I personally didn't care for it that much. I felt like it tasted like sandpaper. I know that's so weird, but it was kind of weird for me. But I think if I add additional things in it, like granola and things like that, it probably will be better. But yes, yogurt has a lot of benefits in regards to relieving stress. And now that I think about it, when I did used to eat yogurt, now when I really, really think about it, I feel like it was kind of soothing. If you really think about it, think about the last time you had yogurt or some tea. You really felt calm. Like on some real, hello, calmness by stress, period. I was supposed to leave period in 2019. Everybody keeps saying, why you still say period? Yeah, I don't know. The city girls, who says period? The city girls or Cardi B? I don't know, but I'm always saying period. All right, the next food that can help release stress, drum roll please, y'all might like this one, is dark chocolate. Now, I know for a lot of people, a lot of people get excited like, ooh, dark chocolate, so I can eat sweets. Yes and no. One thing about dark chocolate is that it's very bitter. So the dark chocolate that I'm talking about is the dark chocolate with unnecessary added sugars. So I'm talking about the dark chocolate, not with all those extra sugars, or not a Hershey bar, not a Snicker bar. I'm not talking about that dark chocolate. I'm talking about dark chocolate that is like 1 or 2 or 3 ingredients, that type of dark chocolate. So they say look for 2 or 3 ingredients such as cocoa beans, I'm probably saying that incorrectly, cane sugar, or cocoa butter. So they said 2 or 3 ingredients in any dark chocolate that you eat. And then they also say you should only consume about an ounce. So if you're eating an ounce, really, that's not a lot. And they said never consume the whole bar, eat probably less than a bar. So, you can still indulge a little. If you have your indulge days, indulge. And if you feel the need to indulge, or if you feel the need like, oh my gosh, I have a chocolate craving, go for the dark chocolate. I know a lot of people around me don't necessarily like dark chocolate. I'm okay with dark chocolate because I know it is healthier. But for many people, dark chocolate is bitter. And I feel like you don't really see it as much in stores. You do see it, but it's always like in the organic section, or it's like in the healthy section when it says dark chocolate. And I think they know that as a consumer, most ordinary people go for more of the milk chocolate or any other type of chocolate. They don't really go for the dark chocolate because of the bitter taste in it. So dark chocolate is rich in antioxidants, and it's very beneficial in releasing stress. Hence why also too, if you think about it, when you're feeling sad, down, depressed, anxious, or stressed, a lot of times you go straight to chocolate. There's something in chocolate that helps regulate mood. So, but not just any chocolate, dark chocolate. And not just any dark chocolate, the chocolate that has 2 or 3 ingredients. But I will say from like a nutritionist standpoint, if you do need to consume the chocolate and, you want more than an ounce, go for it. Like I said, go for it. It's better than you eating that Reese cup or whatever else. If you want to eat the whole bar of dark chocolate, go for it. So that's our third one. The fourth one, another food that helps release stress, is sweet potatoes. So they have found that there's a correlation between stress being reduced in people who eat whole grains, such as sweet potatoes. Now, there's a difference between simple carbohydrates and complex carbohydrates. And with the complex carbohydrates, it has a slower way of digesting in the body and prevents a spike in blood glucose. Now, in particular, this is very good for individuals who are diabetics or maybe you might know someone with diabetes. For someone to eat complex carbohydrates such as oatmeal or sweet potatoes, it doesn't have such a very fast boost in high blood sugar versus for me, if I eat something with simple carbohydrates like a pasta or anything like that, I'll check my blood and my blood sugar will be through the roof. Versus when I eat oatmeal and foods like that or sweet potatoes, my blood sugar tends to stay stable and then it may elevate, but I don't get the crazy spike. Because with the crazy spike, you're causing your body to go into the inflamed state and it could just go all bad, especially if you have diabetes. So, well, not all bad. You got to just give yourself insulin. So it's not all bad, but it's not healthy and it's not good. So the fifth food on my list today for 10 foods to help relieve stress and say bye-bye stress and hello calmness is avocados. Now, lately, y'all, I've really, really been on avocados lately. I've been on the whole wake up in the morning for breakfast and do toast and avocado. And literally, I'm literally full for like 4 or 5 hours. And I be like in my happy zone. I literally just toast a piece of whole grain bread and I take either mini avocado or a big avocado and then I put it in a bowl. I chop up my avocado a little bit just to make it kind of turn to guacamole. I put a little lemon juice in the bowl. I put some salt and then I put a pepper and then I also use as my Mrs. Dash. I think it's the garlic and herb seasoning. And then I put it and spread it out on my whole grain bread. Now, when I tell y'all guys, I literally be in like heaven zone. For me, I don't know why, but it's so tasty. And I think it's because avocados are just so rich, tasty, creamy. And when it's done right, it's popping. Think about it this way. Avocados is basically guacamole just with a bunch of extra stuff in it. But for me, I'm trying to get away with all the extra ingredients. So that's why I'm just doing the avocado and do it my way. But avocados are high in omega fatty acids. And these essential acids are known to help reduce stress along with anxiety. So like I said, kind of a double whammy. So avocados not only reduces stress, it also reduces in anxiety. Why would I say in anxiety? Y'all, I be talking so fast. I literally be trying to tell myself like, Shree, slow down. But it's okay. Y'all still love me. Y'all still listen to me each week, okay? I'm learning. I'm trying to do better. It's just me. I talk very fast, especially about things that I'm passionate about. I tend to talk fast. But y'all understand me. And listen, I love y'all for listening. So, yes, essential acids are known to reduce stress and anxiety. Period. I said it. And then also, too, guess what, y'all? So I know for some of y'all probably like avocados, man. Every time I get an avocado, it goes bad. Listen, I now buy frozen avocados. Might be a little bit more expensive, but the avocados are kind of just as good as the regular avocados. There's been a couple times where I ran out of fresh avocados and I took out my frozen avocados out the freezer, put them in a microwave bowl, stirred it up, and turned it into guacamole. Now, was it as good as a fresh avocado? By no means, no. For me, I should say. But it was decent. It was definitely decent. So, yeah, so avocados, you can get them frozen. I know Dole makes frozen avocados, or you can get them fresh. And then also, too, I just been getting excited lately because for me, I feel like a whole avocado is a lot for me. But now I go to this place called Aldi's and they have mini avocados. So if you don't want a whole avocado, if you feel like you can't eat that much or if it's too much fiber in your stomach, then maybe go for a mini avocado, which is just as good. And I feel like with the mini avocado, I get just as full. But I will say with the whole avocado, I was even fuller. So, yes, that's number 5 on our list, avocados. Number 6, fish. Fish is also really good in regards to reducing stress. And that is because just like avocados, it's high in omega-3 fatty acids. So if you kind of get the correlation of where I'm going with a lot of these foods that have to do with, mood regulation and reducing stress, a lot of these foods are high in omega-3 fatty acids. Now, I know you can take supplements. So if you want to get supplements instead, by any means do that. But Also, too, if you want to get it from more of a nutritional way, like through your food, you can definitely eat these foods such as avocado and fish to get it as well. But fish is high in omega-3 fatty acids. Salmon is definitely noted as one of the top foods in regards to relieving stress. So if you like salmon, you already on a roll. Salmon, tuna, those foods are fatty type of fish foods. They are high in omega-3 fatty acids, and they interact with mood-brain molecules. So if you already like that, if you already like fish, you're on the right road. And then also, too, think about it this way. Like I said, with the dark chocolate and the avocados and the chamomile and the sweet potatoes. Think about it. When you eat these type of foods, how do you feel? When I eat fish, I feel fine. When I eat fish, I don't be like, oh my gosh, how dare I eat this fish? For me personally, especially if it's baked, I feel fine. I actually, now that I think about it, I probably do feel less stressed. Like, I don't feel like, mad, anger, anything like that. I really honestly feel fine. So now that I think about it, there is something to all this information, even though I know there is a lot of this, well, all of it is true. But if you just really think about it, as I go through each of these foods, just think about back in your mind, how do you feel when you eat these foods? When you eat these foods, do you get more depressed? Or when you eat these foods, do you feel even happier or less stressed? The next food on my list is pistachios. Now, I personally love pistachios, and I love them kind of just for this reason. For one, I love that they're salty, but two, I love putting them in my mouth and cracking them and then opening it up. Just a simple thing. I just enjoy doing it. I feel like it's fun. I feel like it's relaxing versus just eating a food and, eating it. But for me, pistachios, I feel like, okay, I'm going to sit down, bite these, crack it open and eat it. And I really just find it fun. So pistachios have been shown to be a really good food in regards to relieving stress. It is high in the B vitamins. And then also, too, pistachios are high in magnesium. And magnesium, along with stress, has been linked to better anxiety management. And then also, too, for those who may be battling high blood pressure or fast heart rate, or know someone with heart health issues or cardiovascular issues, pistachios have also been shown to lower blood pressure and heart rate. And they provide antioxidant benefits. So listen, y'all, double whammy. Like I said earlier, like these foods not only reduce stress, they also reduce other issues. Like that's the thing. That's why I love nutrition so much. It's like with nutrition, it's like this one food can help this, but then it can also help that. And so if you really think about it, when you eat foods that are unhealthy, fried foods, greasy foods, just foods that you shouldn't eat, if you really think about it, like I'll say for myself, when I eat foods like that, I really don't be feeling like that happy after I eat them. Like I feel satisfied in the moment as it hits my tongue and it hits my taste buds, but I'm never like, oh my gosh, I feel wonderful. 9 times out of 10, I'm like, where's my bed? I'm going to sleep, wake me up in about 4 hours because I'm so full. That's why for me, like Thanksgiving, like when my family cook and stuff like that, I try not to eat like that all the time. I'm like, okay, this is my one day to go ham, go crazy. Ham, no pun intended, because I don't eat meat. But it's my one day to go crazy just to eat whatever. But really, honestly, on Thanksgiving, by the time I'm done, I be feeling like crap because I ate all those foods that don't promote anything. So, but like I said, I feel like everyone deserves a day, a cheat day, a cheat meal, because you don't want to go through life just saying, oh my gosh, all I can eat is trees and bark and all that. You want to be happy in life, but you also want to make sure that you're healthy, happy, and stress-free, anxiety-free, depression-free, because we don't want none of that. We don't need none of that, okay? We need you here. Your family needs you here. Your brother, sister, cousin, your son, daughter, whatever. We don't need none of that. Listen, 2020 beyond is about a better you. It's about a better you. What can you do today? What can you do to progress yourself to be a better you? That's what I'm on. That's what I'm on for the rest of my life. What can I do to make myself better? I'm on a better me, a better Shree. That's it. And honestly, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to give you this information to help you become better. So the next food on my list to help reduce stress is oranges. So just generally speaking, citrus fruits in general have been shown to help reduce stress. And a study has shown that people who ate oranges and any type of citrus fruits, they showed reduced stress levels in their patients. So also too, I know vitamin C, things like that. Now that we're going to the winter and fall season, it is very important, to up it because we're going to flu season. Lord have mercy. Don't you think we were already in flu season with coronavirus since January? Now we're going back into it. But we think positive over here. We are proactive. We're not going to worry about what could come, blah, blah, blah. We're going to talk about what can we do to make ourselves better. What can we do to make sure that we are consuming the right foods to fight off any type of diseases or any type of illnesses. Like, we're going to be proactive about it, and we're not going to be stressed. We're not going to let nothing stress us out. We're going to drink our chamomile tea. We're going to eat our sweet potatoes. We're going to eat our avocados, and we're going to be good. We're going to be good. The next food on my list, number 9, is blueberries. Blueberries are high in antioxidants and also help boost immunity. So the thing about blueberries, and I know I talked about yogurt earlier, what you can always do is put the blueberries in your yogurt to make it even more tasty. And then you really going to be stress-free. You're going to be walking around bouncing off the walls with happiness. And people going to look at you like, what's good? Like, what's good with him? What's good with her? And you're going to tell them, like, listen, I listened to Shree's podcast and she told me about the top 10 foods that reduce stress, and now I'm happy. No, seriously though, y'all. But seriously though, like, blueberries and all these foods that I'm naming will definitely help you reduce stress. The last food or spice on my list, let's see if you guys know it. When I say spice, drum roll please, is turmeric. I say turmeric. But turmeric is a spice, and it has shown to have anti-inflammatory properties, and it has also been shown to stimulate the feel-good hormones. So the feel-good, the I'm good, the feel-good, all of that works. So with turmeric, for me personally, what I used to do with turmeric was I used to make smoothies, and then I would put the turmeric inside the smoothie. And turmeric does have like a little kick to it. And me personally, I didn't personally like the little kick. It was like too spicy for my drink. But now that I see so much information about turmeric and things like that, I'm definitely going to go back into adding it more into like my foods. You can add it to anything, just about anything. But I will say it does have like a little kick. Like, it's like a little spice kick. But if you have like an anti-inflammatory disease or anything like that, like I said, diabetes is one, arthritis is one. There's a lot of inflammatory diseases out there. So if you know someone who has any of those, turmeric is definitely good. But like I said before, turmeric is also good to help reduce stress, anxiety, depression, anything, to not make you feel happy. So I got through the 10 foods, and sorry if I was really quick this time. And I was being quick because I got interrupted before on my first half of the podcast, and I got a little nervous. I'm like, I don't want any more interruptions. I want this podcast to go out. I needed to get it out to my people, to my listeners. So I'm like, we got to get through this podcast. So I hope, the information that, I gave you guys, hopefully it was helpful. And feel free to go back, rewind, replay it, write it down, and just listen to it, whatever. Feel free to share it. Share it with somebody. Share it on your social media, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you have. Feel free to share it, because you never know. It could really help somebody that might be going through a tough time. It could help somebody that may be going through a tough time soon. We don't know when we go through tough times, but it's better, like I said, to be proactive than reactive. So, yes, y'all. So this week quote of the week is, eat to fuel your body and not to feed your emotions. So I'll say that again. Eat to fuel your body and not feed your emotions. And then also, to another really quick quote I seen, which was crazy, was somebody said, they said stress spelled backwards is desserts. Ain't that crazy? Stressed with a D is spelled backwards is desserts. I thought that was pretty crazy. I was like, that's interesting. I was like, stress spelled backwards is desserts. What do you know? When you stress, you eat desserts, foods that are not good for you, unless it's dark chocolate and it's like pizza of a bar. But besides that, I said, that is crazy. So yes, y'all, we are at the end of this podcast. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to this week. If you are new here, if you are oldie here, feel free to go back and check out all my previous episodes. We are on episode 28. Yes, this is episode 28. So feel free to go back. I got tons of episodes. Go binge them all. Go follow me on my IG. Go ask me a question. If there's something you want to pick my brain and want me to go further, go further into another topic, feel free to let me know on IG. If you don't have IG, feel free to put it into the survey. That's the portion where you can just basically, put in how you feel. If there's more of a topic you want me to talk about, or if there was a topic, that was of interest to you, you can put that there as well. Yes, y'all. So you guys know what it is, especially my I'm Good fam. We are now at the end of this week's show. I hope this information was helpful, insightful, and everything in between. And do not forget, my lovely people, to go ahead and subscribe, share this podcast, leave a review, and or tell a friend. And thank you guys so much for listening to me each week, y'all. Yo, listen, y'all real. Thank you guys so much for listening. And I will see all of you beautiful people next week. Bye-bye.